Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm an OCD recovery coach with over 9 years of experience helping people recover from OCD. On this channel, I talk about OCD recovery, the different themes that OCD can have, the methods of recovery, and we do a lot of Q&As. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Again, we do daily videos. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a way of doing exposures, on-purpose exposures that I find is very good, especially for Puro. Actually, this is mostly would be applied to Puro type of stuff. So what you would do is you make a list of all the thoughts that come through your mind that are OCD thoughts. And this list is going to be very long. So even if you say, well, all my thoughts are related to a certain subject, well, yes, but there's a lot of them. So there's a lot of different ways that the mind kind of comes up with this, right? So different angles or different details and all of that kind of stuff. So you make a list of all the OCD thoughts you have, and every time you get a new OCD thought, you add to that list. Now you take this list, and I would say it depends how aggressive you want to go with the recovery, and I guess it depends also on your general lifestyle, if you're stressed out, because this is exposure. It's going to bring your anxiety up, so you have to do the response prevention. Just doing exposures and scaring yourself is not recovery. You have to do response prevention. So do it as often as you can in the course of a day, but the more you do it, the faster you recover. So what you're going to do is you're going to make that list. You're going to run through that list point by point. And the list, when you're making each individual line, each individual thought, it doesn't have to be very long, kind of almost like point form. Right? And again, as detailed as possible. So even if it's a certain thought, but it has like sub-thoughts, so put those on there. So as big as possible. And all day, you're just running through that list. So you can do it every hour. You can do it every half hour, as much as you possibly can. And when you run through that list, you go point by point by point, kind of like as a news anchor is reading the news. We're not analyzing each point. We're not trying to create a feeling or an opinion in each point. We're just saying like, okay, number one, number two, number three, like that. So you're doing the exposure to all of these thoughts and then refusing reaction. And if you get a new thought, you're putting it on the list. The reason why this helps is it helps to habituate to the thoughts. You stop reacting to them with fear. You just look at it that, yep, it's OCD thoughts. And because you know that this is your OCD list, you start to look at them as all basically a one OCD issue. You know what I mean? This is not, they're not really separate. Like they're separate in terms of they're separate items on the list, but they're all OCD. And it helps to kind of look at it in that light. I do find that it's very effective, but again, the response prevention. So you will feel at a certain, say you're reading through the list, at a certain point you will feel stuck that, oh, I forgot about this thought, or, well, this one seems kind of real, or this one seems very real, right? And you can't allow yourself to get into every thought. So before running through the list, make up your mind that you're not going to do that, and then you're just going through it over and over and over again throughout the day. And you will see what you can do is note the level of anxiety when you're doing that. So is your anxiety through the roof, like 10 out of 10? Or is it 5 out of 10? And you should see as you are doing this, the anxiety will start to decrease. It might take a few days for it to decrease, but you will see that it does start to decrease, and you start to kind of look at it as all in one. If you would like to apply this technique to physical compulsions OCD, what you would do is you would note every situation where you get stuck and the thoughts you have during the situation. So, well, if I don't wash my hands this many times, this is going to happen. Or if I don't do this in a certain way, this is what's going to happen. So kind of taking at least the thoughts out of it, in terms of physical compulsions, you actually have to do physical exposures for that, but also exposing yourself to the worst case scenario thought. I hope you find my videos helpful. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Like I said, I do daily videos, which is really helpful when you're trying to overcome OCD, and that's the reason why I do it. If you would like to do the recovery program, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. You can sign up from there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.